KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. James Pledger, Jack Thompson, the Saturday Morning Hangover.
Welcome into the Saturday Morning Hangover right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I am James Pledger. Once again, Jack Thompson is out.
This guy.
So, I done brought in my dude, the God, Mr. Red Ranger. What were you, Saddle Tramp? Right?
Yes.
I was trying to remember the name of what it was.
Yes. If you don't know, now you know.
The Saddle Tramp himself, Brandon Big Papi Medina.
Oh, yeah, brother. What is going on? Happy Saturday, everybody. Good morning, San Antonio. It's going to be a good one. It is a humid one out there, brother.
Feels like Houston.
It feels like Houston. It really does. Just less traffic.
Like home.
Just less traffic. And better people. So, but no, yeah, when you look at things, man, it's going to be a great Saturday. We have a lot to talk about, but I know at the forefront, man, we have some internal business that we need to handle.
We do. First, I want to say congratulations to CM Punk for his return into AEW. I know that is huge news for you.
Yes. Ginormous, massive.
But we got to address that.
Yeah, that elephant in the room. Yes, we have to.
Jack Thompson's not here again.
No, he's not.
He has cleared health and safety protocols, though.
Yes.
He decided that he had been cooped up for a week, so he needed some time off.
Yep. Clearly, yeah.
I mean,
after
it's a
week,
rough life.
We need some time off, for sure.
After a week of not doing anything, you just need some time to yourself.
Sometimes it's how it be. Sometimes that's how it be.
So he decided to burn a little vacation time and head to the lake with his new girlfriend. But there is a caveat to this, and I have to get everyone's thoughts. And I'm actually going to put this on the San Antonio Sports Star Twitter page. You can
Let me hear it.
At SA Sports Star here in just a few. I'm going to add this poll because I want to know for my own personal sanity. I tried to ask Brandon this morning. Jack has decided that he and his girlfriend are going to be matching all weekend. And I've already showed you the one Instagram video of them wearing the matching blue fishing shirts and shorts. And
Jack, it's a slippery slope.
Matching bathing suits, matching, I don't know, his and her towels in the bathroom. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. But Jack has gone down a slope that is very, very slippery, and I would like to save him from himself. No. I would like to impart some wisdom on him about not matching.
Oh, my goodness. Listen, I mean, as somebody who has a child now, who has a baby, who has a fiance, this is a slippery slope Jack Thompson is on right now. There's a slippery slope because I've never once said, babe, let's match. Now, have I been asked, Pledge? Of course, right? You get asked, hey, let's match for this day out with family or this lake day or this. Nope. Listen, I can't do it. I wear the jewelry. I wear the chains. I have the Jordans. Listen, you cannot be somebody. Good morning, Vince. You cannot be two different people and want to match. But if it's okay, I mean, we saw it wasn't crazy, right? Jack's matching just like a Columbia fishing little button up.
Oh, I think it's gonna get worse.
I want to see it get worse. Like, if anything, here's how we'll know that it's real love, real puppy love, is if he continues posting pictures of the different matching outfits. That's how I know he's done. This is it right here, Jack. For everybody out here. Puppy love. That's what it is.
Paul Anka.
Little Paul Anka, man. Listen, it's puppy love, Jack. It's puppy love.
He is so sprung.
So sprung. So more sprung than T-Pain could ever be. Listen, I mean, he is sprung. And good for him. I'm glad he's happy. And I look forward to meeting her as well. But, I mean, let us know. Facebook, YouTube, you guys call in. Please feel free to call in to the Keep Out Bacon phone lines. Have you guys ever matched with your partner? And if so, why? And would you do it again? That's the real question.
Would you do it again?
How was your experience? 1 out of 10.
John Dyer says, I keep trying to get him to cut the sleeves off of all his shirts. He's right.
I agree. Yeah.
Suns out, guns out, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Listen, Pledge is over here trying to look like Manny Pacquiao ready for this fight tonight. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Pledge is always, I don't think I've ever seen Pledge wear a full sleeve shirt. Maybe here and there, but never on the weekends.
I've got 2 modes, as I like to tell people. I am either dressed to the nines or I am dressed all the way down.
It's a 1 to 9.
There is no in between, man.
Zero. But yeah, so Jack, we wish you well. Have a fun time, man. Hopefully we see you next Saturday. But who knows, man? Maybe
just don't wear what I'm wearing.
Yeah, maybe it's
we ain't matching, bro.
We ain't matching. But maybe they start matching throughout the week too. That'd be exciting. Let's just go. If you're gonna go full throttle.
Go all in on
all in. You know what I'm saying? Go to dinner and just look like twins.
Get the same bikini bottoms that she's gonna be wearing.
100%. You have to. If you can't just have her match you, you got to give some too. Come on, that's a relationship.
I've heard it's about give and take.
It's a lot more give when you get engaged. It's a lot more give. It's a lot more give. But sure, right now in this puppy love stage, give and take, baby, give and take.
Oh man!
All righty. Now we got that out of the way.
Now that is out of the way. By the way, we talked about in the open. CM Punk back in AEW. How massive is this?
I mean, even for people who are not fans of professional wrestling or not fans of the sport in general, CM Punk, man, is beloved. It's hard to compare. I don't know. I was so small, Pledge. What was the excitement like when Michael Jordan announced he's coming back? Like the whole "I'm back" facts. How exciting was that for like the sport of basketball?
That was the biggest thing in the world of basketball at the time when Jordan announced his return.
Like the little facts, I'm back. That's it, right? Because CM Punk did the same thing. I don't know if you saw that. It was like a little ode. He did like a little facts. But I mean, been gone for 7 years, hasn't wrestled for 7 years. A lot of bad blood with WWE. And at the time, Pledge, this is 7 years back, 10 years back when he was on top of the world, bigger than John Cena, like who's a mainstay for the WWE. It's kicked into full gear, man. It really has. This is not a child's play. Oh, they're doing their thing, we're doing our thing. This is a full-on war because you're gonna lose talent, you're gonna lose viewership, and not CM Punk's back. The people who were in their 20s and now are in their 30s, or were in their teens and now in their 20s, or were young and now in their teens, those people that were watching him back then are now going to shift gears and completely go towards AEW, especially when they start bringing more talent. So interesting stuff for wrestling. John Dyer, as I just said, Punk going to AEW has officially kicked off the new Monday Night War. Now, it's not on Monday nights, it's Friday nights, but they have so much more traction. They have Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday, nobody's there. They already beat NXT where NXT had to move. So, I mean, AEW is winning the war. And I think if you're a fan of the sport or were a fan in the 90s during the NWO era, I know you were, Pledge, during the WCW days and good old Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, DX days, this is probably the second best, if not the best time to be a wrestling fan. So if you're not, feel free to start watching because you're missing a lot of really, really good stuff going on. But that's in the sport of wrestling. I know we're going to talk more, but it's going to be an incredible whirlwind, and especially for you, Pledge, who you kind of watched heavily, slow down, get back into it here and there. CM Punk has to make you really want to start watching this moving forward.
Dude, it has been, 7 years?
Yep, 7 years.
7 years, right?
Yep. James,
I still cannot believe that it's already been 7 years since he stepped away from wrestling.
And yesterday he said, in his speech in his ring, he said he was in the ring and he told the fans that in 2005 is when he stepped away from professional wrestling. That's when WWE signed him. That's what he said, right? So he was like, in 2005, I stepped away. August 19th or August 20th, 2021, I come back. Like he basically was saying, like, erase that whole part of my career, but now, I'm back. So, and it was in Chicago. Chicago loves him. We've heard CM Punk chants literally every event for the past 7 years. So
they were there this week.
Yeah, they were there this week. I mean, on SmackDown they were there, and I mean today's NXT's takeover, I'm sure they're going to be today too, and tomorrow at SummerSlam. I'm sure you're going to hear those CM Punk chants because he is that big. He really is. I'm not gonna say he's The Rock big, but he's John Cena-esque, man. Like he makes people want to start watching. You got put in the walls of Jericho, it seems. Yeah.
I did. And it was a thing growing up about getting me in the walls of Jericho because I would just sit up and not go. Yeah. Finally, he got me because I got real cocky. I was like, I'll give you a head start.
Oh my gosh.
So they just started beating me into cabinets.
Oh my God.
To get me to like drop to the ground so that they can then flip me over and get me in the actual walls of Jericho.
That's incredible. Listen, if you're not a kid, I got in trouble a lot as a kid because I'm a bigger dude. And as a kid, I was a big kid. And I chokeslammed a kid on the sidewalk and knocked him out. And I got in big trouble. Like that made me real nervous.
Big trouble. I high five, like, let's go. I'm gonna get you arrested. I'm gonna get you a new Wii or whatever the new gaming system is at that point in time.
This is before that. This is like PlayStation days. Like this is like before that.
Like, get you a PS2. Come on, good job, buddy.
And then I got in trouble again because at recess, I feel bad using the name, but if you remember, the notorious Chris Benoit with the crippler cross. I put someone in that too and like really hurt this little kid too because it's like I was like 4 times his size. Like there was no need for me to be beating up this kid. I wasn't a bully though, guys. Was not a bully. It was just it's all part of good fun. It's part of growing up. You know what I'm saying? It's part of growing up. But yeah, man, it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. And obviously with preseason going on right now, I had nothing else to watch. I was like, let me go watch that.
You didn't watch Chris Sale's dominant return to the mound?
Of course I did. I did. I'm a Rangers fan, so of course I watched it, but obviously there was not much for me to be excited about. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Jesus.
There is a ton to be excited about because your own Red Raider and the pride
of San Antonio, of
MacArthur High.
Yep.
The fighting Brahma himself, Josh Jung, has just been pulled up to AAA, where he is now one step away from the show. September call-ups, baby.
It has to happen, man. Also, John Dyer said Big Poppy's known for giving the rock bottoms all over Marbakel. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I might go to Gilbert's after this, John. You want to meet me? But yeah, no. I mean, it's exciting for Josh Jung. I was there watching him at Texas Tech. The dude has immense talent. One of the best one of the best overall games you're going to see from a prospect, especially in the Rangers farm. Just when they don't have many. So I think he has the utmost potential to be a legitimate player. And for me, with the Rangers right now, with the way they stand, they've already traded their best player away, traded one of their best pitchers away.
Yep. But I just don't see why not. What this is. This is a youth movement. You saw with them trading away Joey Gallo and them trading away Kyle Gibson, they've got Adolis Garcia, who is on pace to win Rookie of the Year, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, he's a monster.
You get Josh Jung to the show by September, get him that seasoning to get him ready for next year to where you can go full youth movement in a sense. You just signed your number 1 pick, the number 2 overall pick this past season, Jack Leiter.
Yep. Who should be really good.
It's not should be.
He's gonna be like
he is the son of a former legendary major league pitcher, Al Leiter. So yeah, I think he knows a thing or two about pitching.
So I just looked on MLB.com/prospects. Leiter is number 1. Josh Jung is number 2 as far as their best prospects. Josh Jung is 23. I just turned 25, so I was there when he was playing, and then he got drafted at Texas Tech. He fits in well. He plays third base. He can switch to first. He's very versatile. I think the guy really needs a chance. I'm excited for it. Obviously, a ton of prospects came back in that Joey Gallo deal. So this definitely is a youth movement. And for the Rangers, what do you have to lose?
Nothing. And John Dyer says, just let's get Young to the show. I get it. He loves the prospect talk for the Rangers, but there's one thing you have to wait for, and that is the month of September.
Yeah.
Because Josh Jung is not going to come up before
September call-ups.
Yeah. September call-ups begin because, and this is the most important thing, the Rangers aren't trying to start his arbitration clock any earlier than they have to.
Yep.
So they are going to wait until they have to do the September call-ups when they expand out those rosters. So they don't have to start the clock on him until next season when he's probably ready. And I'm okay with that. If I'm a Rangers fan, I'd be totally okay with that because I wouldn't want to pay him any sooner than I have to either.
No, I understand. I understand it too. And I think when you look at the Rangers game yesterday, obviously they take the L against Boston, but I mean, Boston looked really good too, man. I mean, it's tough to get anyone against Chris Sale. He looked just on it. And the Rangers, unfortunately, sometimes I will say since the Joey Gallo trade, I will say I expected worse for sure. They haven't been as awful as I expected losing Joey Gallo, but let's not, let's handle the elephant in the room this time too. Yeah, exactly. Listen, Joey Gallo and the Yankees are on fire right now. I mean,
they
absolutely killing.
Cut that deficit to next to nothing in the AL East. Like they are on Boston's heels all of a sudden. So yeah, what they did at the trade deadline with Gallo and Rizzo and all the additions that they made, just seemingly, everybody kept wondering where are all the Yankee Stadium's for right-hander. Like, where are the right-handed bat? Well, they went out and got them. And they are raking now. And as I saw Chris Sale return and dominate the Rangers, I started to think Justin Verlander had to get Tommy John late last year. What's his timetable for return? Because Tommy John ain't what it was.
No.
And Chris Sale looked really, really good. And it started to get me excited about the possibility of Justin Verlander's return for a postseason stretch, possibly.
I understand. I mean, I'd be excited too. I think, like you said, Tommy John is not what it used to be. There's so many different ways of handling that nowadays. It's like any medicine. As the years go by, we continue to learn more. We continue to get better. Even if we're making robots now through Tesla to do other things, we'll get to that for sure.
We're definitely getting to that.
But yeah, I think I am excited for the possibilities of pitchers moving forward after Tommy John. Clearly, we see Chris Sale looks good. Hopefully, Justin Verlander looks good. He's a legend in the game of itself. So if we start seeing that more often, we can't. What I don't want to see is us completely let go of how serious it can be, right? I feel like if all these pitchers start coming back, no problem, we're going to start seeing us really take it easy and like, oh, it's just Tommy John. Oh, it's just that. Like,
what I'm shook by is the fact that the Chicago White Sox are just stomping out the rest of the AL Central.
Listen, when you have those South Side jerseys, baby, listen,
they're
anything
11
with the South Side
and a half games clear at 72 and 51. To put that in perspective, the Astros are 72 and 50 and only 2.5 clear of the Oakland A's.
Yeah. I mean, what blows my mind too is just Chicago's on two sides of the spectrum. The White Sox are over there blowing out teams, and the Cubs just blow up their team. Like the Cubs were just like, let's just give away everybody.
Well, that in the East, when you talked about the Yankees coming back and the Red Sox right there, Tampa Bay still leading that division by 4 games.
It blows my mind.
And they're drawing like 7,000 a game.
Literally like zero fans. They have like the least fan base to be that good. But also I'm like, Tampa, can you let the rest of the cities in the nation be good, please? You already got the Super Bowl. You got a bunch of stuff going in hockey. Like, let us. Oh, look at John. Yes, John, hook me up on the bobblehead, brother. I loved you. Yes.
Isaiah Kiner Falefa?
That's right, baby. Listen, my favorite shortstop in the game. Just because he plays for the Rangers, not because he's the best player. But, yeah, I mean, when you look at everything, man.
I love Carlos Correa. I wouldn't say he's the best shortstop in the game.
I think, you know what it is, though? I was talking about this just yesterday. This year, more than ever, dude, I never watched baseball, ever. Like, that was not that I hated it. I just couldn't do the games so long. This year, more than ever, I promise you, Pledge.
Watch more than ever.
I have watched the Rangers because that's my team.
Oh, God.
It's the worst. But I've watched the Rangers play. Out of a 7-day week, I probably watched 4 games. Yeah, like I'm pretty consistent. Like I watch a lot now. But I watch because I love the youth movement in baseball. Is so cocky and so like I feel like Fernando Tatis really interested me in baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Right? From someone who hasn't been watching, I jumped back in and I was like, man, like I love Manny Machado. I went to the Orioles games a couple times when I was up in DC with my family. And I mean,
Shohei Ohtani is something.
And Ohtani and Tatis. Man. And it's just, dude, all these young players have this like show off, Odell Beckham-esque cockiness. And that's what I like. And I think that's where baseball fell off for my generation and younger people who don't have the attention span. I think it fell off because there wasn't that excitement for a long time.
Entertain me.
Yeah, entertain me, man. Like, who was it? Who's the shortstop for the Cubs? Was it Lindor? Francisco Lindor?
Oh, Francisco Lindor.
Remember when he hit that walk-off? I forgot who was against. I think it was the Dodgers. And
he was with Cleveland at the time, I think.
I don't know. It was this year.
Oh,
and he hit a walk.
I
don't know who it was. It was a pitcher, and he just stared him down. The bat toss went like 20 feet in the air. Like, it was just like, that's what I want to see. Because if I'm bombing home runs, I'm being the biggest douche. Like, I want to make sure you are showing off, and I love the entertainment of baseball. I think the youth movement of baseball is going to really push this sport to be exactly what we want it to be in the Field of Dreams game. I mean, just that.
That was legit. Like, the camera angles, the scenic view, like, everything about it was fantastic. And it's something that Major League Baseball, one of the few things it's done right.
Yeah.
I think, in terms of just bringing that together and the execution of it. And the game itself was also extremely good.
Yeah. Well, and they're doing it again with the Reds and the Cubs next year. They already announced. So that's going to be interesting to see. I think that's good because it hits on a nostalgia factor. It hits on the 80s kids, the 90s kids, the kids who've never seen the movie.
It hits on an aesthetic level.
Everything.
Like,
and
them coming out of the cornfield, the sunset over.
Yeah. And like, money-wise, it's like $2,000 a ticket. So you're making some money for sure for the MLB. And I think, obviously, there's not much to be excited about over there. Where is it? Iowa?
Iowa.
Yeah, there's not much to be, unless you're a Hawkeye fan or whatever. Not much to be excited about.
I think there's one airfield in there. You land and then drive 13 hours to. I'm not sure how big Iowa is.
I have no idea. I was like, 13 hours is Texas? What the hell? I was like, you drive 13 hours from Iowa. You're on the other side of the country. I have no idea.
That's the weird thing. When you live in Texas, you forget, like,
Texas is a country. Just so we're clear, Texas is a country by itself.
You drive like 13 hours in either direction and you haven't left the state. No. You drive 13 hours over on the East Coast and you've passed like 12 states.
Not in San Antonio. You drive 13 hours south. Nobody's speaking English, just so you know. It's going to be.
But you're still in Texas.
You might be right outside of Texas and you might get lost from home. So don't drive 13 hours south. Anywhere else, go for it.
He is Brandon Big Papi Medina, joining me this Saturday on the Saturday Morning Hangover. I am James Pledger. We've got our poll up at SA Sports Star, matching outfits because our boy Jack Thompson, he's so sprung. He got out of his week of quarantine and decided he needed a week off of work.
Why not?
Why not? And so what'd he do? Him and his girlfriend got a whole bunch of matching outfits to go to the lake. So I pose to you, matching outfits with your significant other. Yay or nay? It's actually a lot closer than I thought. 10 votes in.
What? That is kind of closer than I thought.
Yeah.
Somebody out here.
66.7 to 33.3 right now. Yeah. We're going to update this throughout the show as
Jack's just clicking yes on all the accounts. Yeah.
I'm about to say, because I've got questions if yay is coming from our listeners.
If we get a 50-50 tie, I'm out. I'm leaving before the show's over.
You guys, you have to explain yourself if you're voting yes. Because I understand the nay votes, but if you vote yay on this,
make them call.
Call in and explain yourself. 656 ESPN 656-3776 on the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. He is Brandon Big Papi Medina. I am James Pledger. You can follow us on Twitter. He is at Brandon _ESPN SA now.
Yes, sir.
I am Pledger. This is the Saturday Morning Hangover on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
If your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, get them fixed. Hi, Jason Minix here for New Brakes, nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. That means they come to you to fix your brakes. We're all busy. None of us have time to go spend hours waiting at a repair shop or want to deal with the hassle of dropping your car off and going back to get it the next day. That is the beauty of New Brakes. they come to you. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes, so you won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour. They use premium brake parts and back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. Go to nubrakes.com. Schedule that repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. You need your brakes done? Get them done with New Brakes. You continue to do what you do while New Brakes fixes your brakes, and they're great at what they do. Go read all the 5-star reviews and schedule your repair at nubrakes.com. That's nubrakes.com.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase again, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. With an official mortgage review from Rocket Mortgage, you'll see just how much money you could save by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Rocket.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get to where you want to go.
Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL and do more with modern devices and Windows 10 Pro.
How can I make sure my office never stops working?
With Staples Connect, it's possible.
I need to keep my back office stocked without messing up my bottom line.
Also possible, because Staples Connect has your small business covered with big savings on everything you need. This week, earn 30% back in a Staples store bonus when you spend $85 on ink or $200 on toner. Explore what's new at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Limit 4 in-store only. Visit staplesconnect.com/store bonus for details. Ends 8/21.
Hollywood go. Go. Hey Hollywood. Hey Hollywood go.
Go. Welcome back into the Saturday morning hangover right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 94.5 FM. I am James Pledger, joined by Brandon Big Poppy Medina because Jack Thompson decided a week away in quarantine. He needed a week away, even more so, with his girlfriend matching on the lake.
Hey, we've all been there.
Matching.
Just not.
We've all been matching?
We've all been there, just not me or Pledge, but we've all been there, I'm sure. I'm sure most of you guys have been there.
Have we all been matching? I'm just wondering.
You know what? Now that I'm saying this, I guarantee you I'm going to get caught up. If my fiance takes one listen to the show and she's going to be like, hey, you know what? I feel like matching today. What am I going to do, Pledge? I'm going to say no.
Say no?
I'm going to say no and sleep on the couch. Pledge, my back hurts. I can't be doing that. I'm not doing that.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Is there a ring already on the finger?
I mean, there's a ring.
Is that the ring?
It's not the, I mean, it's the you said yes to this ring, but it's not the finished product.
Yeah.
You know right now, you're Josh Young. You're in AAA. I've yet to bring you to the show, but we're going. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the show. But yeah, man,
you're still on the like, oh man, I still gotta stick this out for like a few more months.
Yeah, I still gotta be bad in a couple. Still gotta get a couple at bats. But yeah, no, I think I'm interested to see where this poll lands. Obviously, this whole show we've been joking about it with Jack Thompson, who's out there having his good old time with his girlfriend, and he's matching. And we've been asking Twitter, is it the best option for you to match with your partner, or what do you think about it? And right now it's yay versus nay. Were you pulling away already?
76% now, nay.
Matching outfits for you and your significant
Jack's
other.
trying to get everybody he's at the lake with to vote on this thing.
Everybody, because all the other guys there are matching as well, I'm sure. Yeah, so I just can't see it. I don't understand it. I have no idea. But what I don't understand also is the fact that we're here in studio. We have the TV. and I saw Jaguars and Saints, the Monday night preseason game, and I was like, why is this the Monday night game?
I told you why.
And you were like, Trevor Lawrence, Jameis Winston. And I was like, what a game to watch interceptions for sure. That's the best game to watch a defensive secondary.
You've got the number one, and it's preseason, so it's not a real Monday night football game. It's just a preseason Monday night football game. So you've got the best. You've got a quarterback battle between Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston, in which this is the game where, it's the last one where people are going to play the most, the starters. And then you got the number one overall pick and the presumed face of the NFL moving forward in Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I get it. I get the marketing ploy behind it.
You know what preseason's like, Pledge? Preseason is like whenever you go to, like when you were a kid and you go to HEB or Walmart or whatever with your mom, and then they say, hey, go grab a bag of cereal, and you bring like, Cocoa Puffs back. And they say, no, not that one. The great value, the Sugar Puffs or whatever they are. Get that. And it's like,
get the chocolate circles.
Yeah. And it's like, this is good, but like, what I really want to get. Like, this is not what I really want. So that's what it is. It's just like that. It's like, okay, I'll take it and I'll watch it. But I will say Trevor Lawrence has yet to impress me. Obviously, still preseason. Nobody said he's going to be bad, but Mac Jones.
That's not what I heard. I just heard Brandon Medina say Trevor Lawrence straight basura. Never.
You hear this, people? You hear this? James Pledger just speaking Spanish over here, just getting ready for his trip to Marbach with John Dyer and but yeah,
speaking of basura though, Hard Knocks, baby.
Oh,
it's been awful this year.
Don't even talk to me about this. I'm over here paying $15 a month to watch CeeDee Lamb pack a suitcase and to watch
and tell me about his candle obsession.
Yeah, to watch Zeke Elliott wrap a GIF.
The only thing I've noticed about Hard Knocks is how much of a bro Zeke Elliott is. Like, he is just a California bro.
Bro, Zeke Elliott is. I like Zeke Elliott a lot. I like the players a lot. It's just, this is just not a fun Hard Knocks.
It's not.
And I
think
storyline. The Cowboys definitely had to have had a hand in this and making sure some people don't get on air and others do. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just, it's kind of just boring. Like, I'm like, we're already, like, a lot of storylines, of course, are getting leaked before. But when it comes to watching the actual product, it's just all over the place. There's no general sense of where are we going with this show.
Well, here's what I take away from it, because Hard Knocks is all about stories, storylines, and storytelling, right? And some of the most important things that you watch, or you get indoctrinated to, people like I remember the Houston Texans when Charles James.
Yeah.
Dude fighting for a roster spot, makes the roster, had the big return and game in New Orleans where he played running back and cornerback that game. You think about Cleveland and the battle between Baker Mayfield and Tyrod Taylor. Like, you have like storylines and narratives. Name me a position that's up for grabs on the Cowboys.
None. That's why there's none.
There's no story.
I'm over there spending 5 minutes of my life I'm never going to get back just watching Ben DiNucci play chess. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, there's no story. There's no excitement.
That too.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, great. You're beating your teammate who I could care less about chess. Yeah.
Why don't you play Amari Cooper, who's actually good at chess?
Yeah. I mean, or go try lighting a candle against CeeDee Lamb, see who lights a candle fastest. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I was very excited. I think most of social media and fans were excited to hear the Cowboys were up for Hard Knocks this year. It's just, it seems as if they don't want any distractions, and that makes sense because from what I've heard from the guys and RJ and them in the past, it seemed like training camp was kind of fun before.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And I don't see much fun. Like, so it just looks like straight up working, which is great if you're like a fan of like wanting to see them get better. But I mean, there's not much fun going on. Like, I don't see any like really fun moments that have been happening.
You look at it and John Dax says defensive tackle is up for grabs. Yeah, but they're not showing any of the defensive tackles. That's the problem.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that in like episode 5 or something, whatever.
They're not showing any of the position battles. They're just giving you random people where jobs are already set.
They're just showing the names, dude. Like, it's just the names that we already know. CeeDee Lamb, Zeke Elliott, Dak Prescott. You're watching Jerry Jones put salt already on a very salted ass McDonald's meal.
I'm okay with that. Like, I don't get why that blew up.
Because it's like, yo, Jerry, come on, brother. You're over here just, you got cotton mouth with all that damn salt. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, but I mean, it's just nothing is new. There's nobody I didn't know that has popped up on the show. I want to see some of these guys that are, undrafted free agent rookies that are trying to make the squad and just battling it out. We saw the fight stuff happening with the Rams this past episode. That was okay, but also it's like y'all didn't really get to do much. Like if someone got knocked out, I want to see that. But nobody's giving. It's just.
And it's also the fact that Dak's kind of a very unassuming and quiet and boring star.
I will say sometimes he comes off as rude for sure on the show, but I don't think that's I don't think that's a thing against him. He's in the zone, man. But yeah, I mean, DeMarcus Lawrence was a cool story this past episode. That one wasn't too bad, but overall, I expected so much more from this season, especially with it being the Cowboys, because in the past, like you mentioned, the Browns and stuff, those were exciting ones. Those are very fun, hard knocks to watch. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I guess I agree with Hunter here on Facebook.
Exactly.
He said if it wasn't for fantasy football research, I honestly couldn't find a reason to watch preseason. I agree. And also, I know you do this because I do this. I'll be watching the Vikings games just to see what do our rookies look like? What do our second year guys look like? Sure. But if it's not a team you're cheering for, I doubt I'm going to be watching the Jaguars Saints. I might have it on just in the background, but I'm not going to be intently past the first quarter watching that game.
I mean, I get it. I watched Chiefs Cardinals last night.
So did I. And you know what's funny? They kind of let the starters go for a while.
Yeah.
The Chiefs,
about 3 series.
Yeah. It was okay. Mahomes was in there the start of the second quarter. And I was wow, they're really just letting them roll.
Well, you got to remember, this equates to the third preseason game now.
Right.
Because they've lopped one off. So in terms of nobody's going to play in the final preseason
this
game.
Is when they mostly
this is the one. So
that's fair.
I mean, it's just the shifting because of the lopping off of the preseason game, the shifting of the schedule and how you perceive what games mean what. So this is a game where we're going to see the most action from people. And speaking of which, the Cowboys and Texans, they play tonight, and it's a game you can catch right here on San Antonio Sports Star, where you're home for the Dallas Cowboys. Starting 6 o'clock with the pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. What are you looking for in this game tonight, Brandon? We're going to break this all down coming up after the break right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Emotion. There are few places in the broadcast universe where emotion is so sweet.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. A high fly ball hit out into left field. Cave going back to the wall. He leaps. It's out of here. Home run for Adolis Garcia.
There's one. On to first. There's two. And there's your ball game.
This is San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Can you feel it?
O'Reilly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts will help with all your car care needs. Whether you're shopping for parts, accessories, or supplies, we've got you covered. Right now, get Superior Cover-All Tire Shine 2 for $16. Plus, earn double O Rewards points. Keep your car looking like new. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Calling all commissioners. Book your fantasy draft with Twin Peaks and receive the sweetest perks. Commissioners get $50 to Twin Peaks just for hosting with us, and all league members get $5. Free Wi-Fi, draft boards, and stickers upon request. It's all at Twin Peaks.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys love shopping at Diamonds Direct because they can always get a bigger, better diamond for less.
We got a higher quality diamond for less money than we looked at any other stores that we went to.
I even shopped down in Mexico, thinking maybe down in the Caribbean it would be better off, and nothing could beat what I found here.
The value and the deal that you can get by cutting out the middleman.
You're certainly getting quality and price, which you don't find elsewhere.
But beyond the value, what guys really love about Diamonds Direct is they make it easy with transparency, education, guidance, and respect for you and your budget.
What I thought was going to be a stressful situation ended up being completely pleasant, enjoyable process from beginning to end.
For all the dudes out there, buying jewelry is difficult and stressful. Diamonds Direct eliminates all that.
If you're looking for zero hassle, zero high-pressure sales techniques, Diamonds Direct is the place to go.
Discover a truly guy-friendly jewelry shopping experience.
I guarantee you that once you walk in these stores, you're not going to go anywhere else.
Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion. Official jeweler of the Dallas Cowboys at the shops at La Cantera.
While most water providers do a pretty good job making sure they exceed EPA guidelines, did you know EPA standards for tap water have not been updated in almost 20 years? With growing concerns of our aging infrastructure, more homeowners want to take their water quality into their own hands. That is why you should call Alamo Water Softeners and have them give you a free water analysis. Some chemicals and contaminants are undetectable. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
What are you going to do when your air conditioning goes down? What are you going to do when the plumbing breaks in your house? I know what I do. That's called Service First AC and Plumbing because I have their number in my phone. One touch dial brings a fast service, same-day service called the best. Like Service First and AC and Plumbing. The number you need is 210-521-1500. Again, it's 210-521-1500. It's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. Your AC will go down, your plumbing will break, and when you need a first responder, the likes of which Service First and AC and Plumbing can bring, you got to have the number available. They specialize in emergencies. They're family operated. They've been around for 14 years around San Antonio, taking care of San Antonians. Fast, reliable, proactively, and most importantly, they are trusted. AC and Plumbing, the likes of which you need on an emergency basis. That's Service First AC and Plumbing. Put the number in your phone. That's 210-521-1500. 210-521-1500. Service First AC and Plumbing.
Welcome back into the Saturday Morning Hangover right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I am James Pledger. I am joined by Brandon Big Poppy Medina. You can follow us on Twitter. I am at I am Pledger. He is at Brandon_ESPN SA. As we've actually got a Twitter poll going right now.
Yes, we do. We have a Twitter poll that is starting to catch some speed, it looks like. Please go vote on at SA Sports Star. We're looking at matching outfits for you and your significant other. Yay or nay? Right now, the nays have it 72% to 28%.
72. All right.
28%. We got
how many people are staying with Jack that are voting yes?
I don't listen. We got somebody, MK Jordan, the comments in, he put, I'm married, so I don't care anymore. See what happens? I told you, once you start getting into that, it's like, it is what it is. I don't care anymore. If she wants matching outfits, then LFG. So listen, at that point, you're trying to stay away from arguments. That's it. The best advice I can give to Jack is just understand she's always right, even when she's wrong. So just understand that moving forward. So if she wants to match, and it is. I mean, we got to do it. So my fiance will never ask because I think she knows, like, there's no chance I'm going to match with this guy.
Matching Jays?
Yeah, matching Jays. Sure, we can match some sneakers, but besides that, like, if we ever had a a dress up as your spouse party, which we want to do with friends one of these days.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, she would literally just pull up looking like Nelly. Like she'd pull up, she would go over the top and think that I just look like Nelly from the Hot in Here video.
It's
like
going down, baby.
Yeah, Band-Aid and like a backwards Adrian Peterson jersey on. Like that's what she would think.
This is Marshall's fault. Get it right.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Say lunatics. My fault. Say lunatics. But yeah, dude, it's craziness. Oh my goodness gracious, man. But we do have a huge preseason game tonight, at least for Texas. For all
the
Texas.
Governor's Cup.
Yes, the Governor's Cup.
The Governor's Cup.
Not that governor.
But it's a different governor?
Not that one, the one with COVID. But yeah, so
Wheelie.
Wheelie. But when you look at this game with the Texans and Cowboys, obviously you're a Texans fan, James Ledger. Are you excited? I mean, you guys got a big one over the Packers.
We did. That was actually a little bit shocking.
Yeah, it looked really good.
I was shocked with actually how well the team looked in that game.
With 1,000 running backs?
On both sides of the ball and 1,300 up running backs.
Yeah.
They've got a running back for each yard this year.
Yep. Literally. They have so many running backs. Go do a Hard Knocks on that. Just the running back battle.
Yeah, just follow the running backs in
do a whole season of the Hard Knocks of who's going to win the running back battle. But so you got Texans versus Cowboys. Who are you excited for? Because in this entire matchup and all of it, from both sides of the ball on both teams, Davis Mills is easily my number one thing I want to watch. Because he's really impressed me too as a quarterback for the Texans.
And he struggled in camp a little bit. So it was good to see him play well against the Packers and continue to learn and grow from his mistakes. So watching him continue to grow, especially against the Cowboys team where the defense has looked good through 2 preseason games. And it looks like Dan Quinn has turned this unit around. And the team has been forcing turnovers and balls hitting the ground.
Yeah.
So seeing how he performs against that is going to be extremely high on my watch list. I want to see how Tyrod Taylor performs because he is obviously going to be the starter until they deem Davis Mills ready to take over to see what they have.
And that's what I like to watch this game for, because Tyrod Taylor's going to get a pretty good run, I'd assume, with this game. So he'll get his time. Davis Mills will get his time. Tyrod Taylor's not the hardest quarterback to outbeat for that position.
No.
Like, he's going to start, but this might be Davis Mills' squad by the end of the year. And my thing is, I want to see what can you do with it. Because the running back core you have, I mean, all jokes aside, if this was 2015, this is a great running back core, but it's not. You have David Johnson, Phillip Lindsay, Rex Burkhead is there. Who else am I missing?
Mark Ingram.
I mean, it's crazy.
David Johnson.
Yeah, it's just so many running backs. But for me, also, I want to see Kiki QT. He got some good run with the Texans a while, like 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
Now that Bill O'Brien's gone, maybe he'll get a chance to see the field.
Yeah, because 2 years ago, he had a pretty good run, especially in fantasy. He was doing really well. And then last year, just kind of went missing.
Well, here's the thing. Bill O'Brien is a lot like Greg Popovich when it comes to playing rookies and rookies making mistakes.
Yeah.
So there was the 100-yard game by Kiki QT, and then he made one wrong break and ended up never seeing the field again after that.
Yeah.
It's just the way Bill O'Brien worked, and it stunk. But at the same time, now I get to possibly see some Kiki QT, especially with Anthony Miller hurting his shoulder in that game against the Packers, bringing him in from the Bears this offseason. So it's going to be very interesting to watch. Plus, I agree with you. I think this is Davis Mills' team by the end of the year, because this is going to be a team that is projected to be extremely bad. 32, if you check most.
What round was Davis Mills? What round did he go? Third, right?
First pick of the third round.
And then it was Kellen Mond of the Vikings shortly after.
He went right before.
Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, man, I like what I saw from Davis Mills. We've seen Stanford quarterbacks be pretty good, especially in a good system. He really does. I think we sleep on the wide receiver core of the Texans for sure. As far as how deep it, I mean, Chris Conley's there. I forgot about that too. And he played a really good game.
Real good.
Yeah, against Green Bay, he looked really good. Kiki QT, from my time at Tech and then also watching, he can have breakout games.
He's had multiple 100-yard games as a Texan already.
Yeah, like he's legit. Now, am I saying he's going to be, up there with Anthony Miller and them? No, but I'm saying he could definitely be a third option to be really good.
Here's the other thing too. Brandon Cooks is a
when we talk fantasy
top receiver.
Brandon Cooks, people have such a hard time trusting Brandon Cooks for whatever reason. I think the Rams Brandon Cooks let people down because he had to go against Robert Woods.
Exactly.
It was hard, but he is the
Cooper
outlying number one wide receiver for the Texans.
And then you look at it and they bring in Nico Collins from Michigan, the guy who sat out last year, 6'4", big body receiver. It looks like he's going to get some early run with this team too.
Yeah. So I'm very interested in the Texans. As far as Dallas Cowboys, though, as far as they go, who are you excited to see on the Cowboys roster? We kind of know a little bit.
Getting an extended look at Micah Parsons is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Because that dude's been a game wrecker in the limited time that we've seen him.
The motor that guy has is just nonstop.
I also really want to see the safety battle play out. Finally, possibly getting to see Malik Hooker on the field and putting in some work along with Devontae KZ. Like, I think they have a chance to possibly be able to bring this thing together in which you could have a KZ Hooker backfield, Keanu Neal, Micah Parsons on the edge of that 3-4. You got Van Der Esch in the middle, along with maybe it's Jalen Smith, maybe it's someone else, but they've got linebacker Jabril Cox.
That's who I was going to say is my number one to watch. I love watching Jabril Cox, especially last game in a good game. So I want to see what he can do too if he gets some run this time around. But yeah, I want to see that. And then of course, like many of us, I want to see the quarterback play. I want to see we got way.
I want to see Gilbert play.
That's what I was gonna say. We got way too hyped over Ben DiNucci. Like, he had 46 yards and a touchdown, if I remember correctly, in the last game, and people were already like, "Oh man, Ben DiNucci looks so good." Like, come on, like, no, like, let's stop playing games. Garrett Gilbert's who I want to watch. I want to see what he can do. I want to see. Honestly, Cooper Rush is going to be the third string regardless. I don't think he's going to be in that conversation. But Garrett
I'm not
Gilbert,
sure the third string's on this team.
Really?
You got to remember that we're about to go through cutdowns.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some players that become available that
that's why I
they
want to
may
see.
end up kicking the tires on.
Yeah, that's why I want to see Garrett Gilbert.
So that's a lot of the reason why I kind of watch preseason football, is because do I see someone somewhere else who might not make the team that is better than whether what's on my team, the Cowboys, whatever it may be, that can help another team.
Yeah.
But it's just a numbers game where they're currently at.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with everything going on too, I mean, you look at other preseason teams and it's like the Jets just can't get it going. I mean, they're just constantly getting just put back. It's like 2 steps forward with Zach Wilson, 1 step back with losing their main defensive edge rusher and Carl Lawson. So it's just tough, man. I mean, if you're a Jets fan, first and foremost, don't know why. Secondly, it's going to be rough for you again. So just be prepared for that. But Zach Wilson does look like the truth.
Zach Wilson
looks for real.
If you remember last year, as we were getting, I don't know, midway through that COVID shortened football season, about October-ish, I kept telling everybody, there are 2 names you need to watch out for. They're going to fly up in this draft. Zach Wilson is going to be a player, and he's likely going to be the second quarterback taken. And Trey Lance is going to be the biggest riser in this draft. They go 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at it in terms of, I can't wait to see some more Trey Lance after seeing what I saw last week and the pressure that he's putting on the Cowboys, or excuse me, the 49ers for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
And that's a quarterback that has been to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But health has been an issue.
Consistency's the big one. Yeah.
It's been an issue. And so now you look at it and there's a possibility that they could be looking to move Jimmy Garoppolo to another team. And I don't know. I do know that there's some ties in Houston with Caserio, Garoppolo, and Easterby.
Yeah, I could see. I've been hearing that too. I will say, though, if you're a 49ers fan, I mean, you should be excited. You have a solid squad. You have Trey Lance, who most likely is going to be your quarterback at the end of the season, if not next. And
you don't move 3 first-round picks
move up like that and not play the guy. But Garoppolo is not the only one that struggles with consistency. The wide receiver core there is just so inconsistent. They're always hurt. So is Raheem Mostert, of course, last season. It's just injury plagued, consistency plagued. But Trey Sermon, though, man, I got to find out the next 49ers game. Just talking this gets me excited about the 49ers. I forget that they have such a good rookie young squad. And then you look at like Brandon Ayuk and them, like they're not old.
Kittle.
They're not old. That's a good squad that has definitely some time to grow, but they just need to stay healthy, man. Last year, that might have been the most injured team like in the NFL as far as just consistently having to figure things out on the fantasy perspective and the real life perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They just really need to get together and they'll be good.
It's going to be very interesting because I look at it, and John Dyer said on our Facebook Live that he was interested in watching Nahshon Wright take that starting cornerback job.
Yeah.
Nahshon Wright has been balling out. And
Really has.
everybody was questioning when he was taken in the 3rd round. And nobody knew who he was. Long, lean, prototypical Dan Quinn body type corner taken that was projected to go undrafted out of Oregon State. And all of a sudden he is making plays, and you got Stephon Diggs on one side, and that second cornerback spot is kind of up for grabs along with everything that's going on in that secondary. I mean, if Nahshon Wright goes and takes that job, especially when they invested a 2nd round pick in a guy like Kelvin Joseph.
That's big, man. That's big. That's what we should be seeing on Hard Knocks.
We should be seeing Nahshon Wright and Kelvin Joseph. Like that battle for that 2nd cornerback spot with Anthony Brown. Like those are the battles we should be seeing on Hard Knocks.
And we're not.
Instead, we're seeing Zeke poorly
wrapping a gift.
Wrap a suitcase.
Yeah, and then you got CD talking about candles, and I mean it's been a mess. Hard Knocks will get it right. We'll figure it out. I trust in them.
Dak trying to hook up a ball boy.
I mean, I guess.
You guys shout out to any girls you want me to put out there for you.
He's like, yeah, can you tell my girlfriend I love matching whenever you can on Hard Knocks?
I didn't know Jack Thompson was the ball boy out of Oxnard.
I had no idea.
Batello Franklin said if the 49ers cut Jimmy before this season, none of his salary is guaranteed. It's a good point, but
It's a huge point, but he does have trade value.
He does have trade value. The problem is at this point of the year, $30 million is a lot to take on.
I don't even know.
A lot of people don't have that kind of cap space.
A lot of people don't make $30 million either. So, hey, good for you, Jimmy G.
I mean, you can live your life, Jimmy G. You can date your porn stars.
Yeah, he's always. I mean, come on, bro. Like, I don't feel bad for Jimmy G.
I don't know why you should, dude.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. You to the Super Bowl. You're dating like all these porn stars. You're just a party animal. Like, all right, whatever. Like, yeah, just stay consistent.
Live your life, Jimmy G.
Live your life and retire as a Texan or something.
Speaking of, wow, I caught that.
Go play for a bad team like Houston or something.
Oh man, what about Minnesota?
Hey, listen, it's not disrespectful now. You already took a cheap shot making me talk about the Rangers and the Red Sox. Let's not start taking cheap shots.
All right, well, let's talk about the Vikings in a different sense then.
Yes,
because in fantasy football, our drafts are right around the corner.
Yep.
And I happen to be joined by a fantasy god today.
Yes,
so. We have to start looking around. We have to start seeing who's going where, what positions to place value on, which ones we should let slip and take later in the draft. That's right, a little fantasy football talk to get you ready for your drafts with my man, the fantasy guy, Brandon Medina, right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. It's hot outside, and you know what that means. It's grilling season. Our slow-crafted smoked sausage has been made the same way for over 70 years. Pick up your favorite flavor from a store near you and throw some on the grill this weekend. I guarantee it'll be the best sausage you ever had, or I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa sausage at a store near you.
If your brakes are bad or you think they're going bad, get them fixed. Hi, Jason Minix here for New Brakes, nubrakes.com. They're a mobile brake shop. That means they come to you to fix your brakes. We're all busy. None of us have time to go spend hours waiting at a repair shop or want to deal with the hassle of dropping your car off and going back to get it the next day. That is the beauty of New Brakes. They come to you. New Brakes provides convenient and affordable brake repairs, and they only fix brakes, so you won't get the upsells like at a traditional repair shop. Most repairs are done in less than an hour. They use premium brake parts and back all repairs with a 24-month, 24,000-mile warranty. Go to nubrakes.com. Schedule that repair. Save 10% when you mention my name or ESPN San Antonio. You need your brakes done? Get them done with New Brakes. You continue to do what you do while New Brakes fixes your brakes, and they're great at what they do. Go read all the 5-star reviews and schedule your repair at nubrakes.com. That's nubrakes.com.
At CDW, we get the people who need to sign here aren't always here.
Tell me about it. I'm always chasing down signatures. I go through pens and shoes like chewing gum.
Sounds like you need Adobe Sign orchestrated by CDW to securely automate e-signatures and workflows across devices from anywhere. Integrating with existing tools, Sign can save your organization time, money, and miles.
Thank goodness. I can finally take these shoes off.
No. Back on. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe Sign.
Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Save-a-thon, the annual year-long event for saving big on home and auto insurance. These savings are available up until and straight through Labor Day, Halloween, Grover Cleveland's birthday, Taco Tuesday, the anniversary of the moon landing, White Chocolate Day. The sale literally never ends. You can come on Jupiter's Ascension, National Pisces Day, but not Leap Day. Just kidding. We're doing Leap Day because every day is perfect for saving money with a home and auto bundle only at Progressive. But for real, we're not doing White Chocolate Day because white chocolate is gross. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in most states or situations.
Business is built on connections. And with Square, you can connect every side of your business with tools that all work together. From your customers and your sales to your staff and your schedules, everything is in sync. So you can get a head start on shaping what's to come. See how Square can help connect every side of your business by visiting square.com/go/connect. That's square.com/go/connect.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month and no contract. Plus, get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
This is the home of the Cowboys, Rangers, and Aggie football. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. James Pledger, Jack Thompson, the Saturday Morning Hangover.
Good morning, San Antonio, and welcome into the second hour of the Saturday Morning Hangover. We are your hangover without the headache. I am James Pledger. Jack Thompson is out. He is matching his girlfriend out on the lake all weekend long. So instead, I brought in my man, Brandon, Big Papi Medina, to help steady the ship. No, we are not matching. We are not jacking his girl.
No, we're not matching. The thought was there, but we chose not to. But it clearly is on a lot of people's minds on Twitter. We had the nays take it when asked, should you and your significant other be matching, or would you be open to it? We got a lot of no's, but the yeses are starting to move up. 30, it was, what was it, 75 or 76 to like 20% before, 20-something%. Now it's 35%, yes?
Yeah, well, we're down to 33% now as we got another.
Somebody came in and said,
no. Somebody went full on Liam Neeson on that.
Yes.
But fantasy football's right here.
Right. It's not even right here. It's not even right around the corner. It's here.
I know I have drafts coming up. I want to say next weekend.
Many. How many leagues are you going to be in, Pledge? Do you know?
It depends. I know we've got the listener league for ESPN.
Yeah.
So with San Antonio Sports Star Listener League.
And then we also have like our in-house.
I've got the one I'm
league.
defending my title belt in.
Yep.
That my nameplate. I got to try not to send that back at the end of the year, avoid postage, and just win it again. I've got 2 dynasty leagues and my friends in Houston. So I don't know, about 5, 6.
Yeah, I'm in about 6 already. Also, want to shout out to Botello Franklin right now. The best comment of the day said, matching outfits is only acceptable when you're going to a game with your boy. You wear the same team's jersey. You only match your girl when you turn your man card in and go antiquing. Love it. Love it.
Botello Franklin coming with the heat this morning here on the Saturday morning hangover. Speaking of which, bringing the heat on draft day.
Yes.
It's going to be very important because let's face it, while the first part and the later rounds of the draft are very, very important.
Yeah.
For the most part, ad drops are going to be your most important thing because, let's face it, injuries happen. It's football. You're going to have to replace players throughout the year.
And especially last year, and it's going to be the same this year. I mean, listen, the players do not have to get vaccinated. There's players who have taken a stance on not getting vaccinated. You're going to see, I know the biggest one that was fantasy relevant last year was Cole Beasley. He's kind of against it. He might be somebody you want to get, but you're going to have to be careful. He's going to be a weekly person you're going to have to look at and make sure that he's playing due to COVID protocol. But it's all across the board. But yeah, I mean, last year, the biggest pickup by many was James Robinson. He was not getting drafted. There was no chance. He was a free agent. You picked him up. And then also Myles Gaskin for the Dolphins was another big pickup. So those 2 are huge that you need to be focusing on. Those 2 are now going in the top 4 rounds. So obviously the jump in the product and the potential that you can get with those players has gone extremely high. However, I'm one of those guys that I'd say if you're going to add or drop players, do it within the first 3 weeks. Get a whole season out of it. Don't be the guy that, because I've done it too myself. Don't be the guy dropping players on week 14 to get ready for playoffs, and then they don't turn out to be what you expect. I mean, drop people early on, get them out, and take a chance, but wait it out. Wait that first week or 2 weeks to see how the guys are taking a flyer on. For me, I'm taking a flyer on 2 guys over at the Raiders. I like Henry Ruggs. I like John Brown. I think they can take time to be the leader of that offense for the wide receiving core. So you got to take chances. I definitely want you to take chances, but it's going to be a weird year, man. And I think you have to draft smart this year, brother, more than ever.
Well, we started talking fantasy, and somebody who was supposed to be in studio today with us has decided that he now wants to chime in on the conversation. So the other fantasy guy, Michael Jimenez, has called in to impart his wisdom and tell you where you're wrong.
Oh, wow. Let me hear it.
First of all, there was no confirmation that I was going to be in studio today, but I hear Brandon's voice out there, and I have this question.
It was a group message, right?
That was a group message. I saw the. I was told. I think there was a hangover happening that he could not get out.
It sounds like there's a hangover happening. The voice is a little raspy this morning.
Exactly.
I knew he had an appointment to keep this morning.
Appointment kept. So I'm super excited, man. Fantasy Gods comes back tomorrow, 11 o'clock, and I'm excited about not only the draft that we're going to have for the listener leagues and whatnot, but we're also going to have the San Antonio Star draft as well. And I wonder if we put it on a poll, who people think is actually going to win that. Do they think it would be like Jason or Rob?
No,
not even.
Not
one
even.
of the Fantasy Gods. I want to put a poll out there to see who people think.
Well, I know Jack's going to use all his burner accounts that he's voting on a current poll with to vote for himself to be the champion, because I heard him trying to get real lippy about winning fantasy.
Yeah, he was talking a lot of trash yesterday when I came over here, and he was talking about, hey, you guys never play with me. It's game over on the bet. Like, talking a lot of smack, and I was like, all right, Jack, we'll see what happens. So be ready for that, Mike.
Oh, dude, I'm beyond ready, man. And the leagues are starting up. So for those who want to be part of the listener league, reach out to us on Twitter or DM us, and we'll see if we can get you in.
It's going to be an exciting year, man. It's going to be. So, Mike, while we have you, just a little teaser.
Oh,
give me 2 rookies that you're really excited about taking late in drafts or take a chance on.
Basically the quarterbacks, man. Trevor Lawrence and Trey Lance. Those are the rookies that I'm looking for. I mean, aside from like Najee Harris or something like that as well. But no, man, it's research time, man. This is the time that's big, and you and I have talked about this before. That Super Bowls are won rounds 4 through 8.
Yep.
4 through 8, and also on free agency as well. I think that it's pretty interesting this year because, in some years when you look at the tiers of quarterbacks, tiers of running backs, tiers of receivers, it's pretty clear cut. And this year, I don't think that that's really the case. I mean, you look at quarterbacks right now. The quarterbacks, I could legitimately say that 7 different players have the ability to be the number 1 quarterback this upcoming season, which is amazing. There's a really big premium this year on running backs because if you look at a lot of the projections that are being made out there might only be 12 to 13 running backs that get 1,000 yards of rushing.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. A lot of running backs by committee. So this is going to be a very fascinating draft coming up that we're going to have in the next week or so. But right now we're looking at 1 listener league at the minimum, but I'd like to see 2.
What do you think of Kyle Pitts?
Oh, that's a good one. Because that's right. That's right. That round 4, round 5-ish early on. Take a tight end.
That's an early pick for an unproven, basically super wide receiver. I don't know if I want to call him technically a tight end yet.
Right. I would be more confident about Kyle Pitts if I was more confident in the quarterback. Matt Ryan is 36, 37 years old. He's getting, he's up there. And no more Julio Jones. So there's a lot of different things going on there that, no more Julio Jones means that there's more targets available, but then also you have an aging quarterback. So I do see him as being one of the top 6 tight ends out there. Don't get me wrong, I would much rather have a more proven commodity, whether it be a Higbee or a, obviously Kittle or Andrews or a player like that. But if he's there and he's the 5th or 6th tight end off the board, that's cool. I wouldn't take him as one of the top 2 or 3 though.
Brandon?
I like Kyle Pitts. It's too high of a premium for me in the draft as far as in that 4th round, late 3rd, early 4th. I see him go in the 5th here and there, but usually it's in that 4th round. And for me, there's a ton, like always, we always tell you this, a ton of wide receiver depth. And then that 4th, 5th round, there's a lot of really good wide receivers still, and you might need to get.
Where's a good place for him then?
I don't think there is a good place for him unless, like for me, Kyle Pitts is going to be a top 6, 7 tight end. But what does that really give you? The number 7 tight end is only going to be giving you maybe 8 to 10 points a game, whereas the number 7 wide receiver might be giving you 20 plus, 18 plus. So for me, it's too high of a premium for me to take an unproven commodity. I do think Darren Waller, George Kittle, Travis Kelce, those guys are miles ahead as far as a proven commodity. And even Mark Andrews, those guys are still going early on. Travis Kelce's going at the end of the 1st. It's too high for me, man. I absolutely am going to be punting on the tight end position this year.
Would you rather take a Jonnu Smith or a Hunter Henry later than a Kyle Pitts in the 5th round?
If you're pushing me to give you the exciting thing, the little must hit for me, it's I think it's gonna be Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee for me, I like, and he's late. I'm talking about last pick.
Yeah.
Why not? Because tight end is a position, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. Tight end is a position you can absolutely weekly interchange and add and drop.
So here is the money question then. Wide receivers, we've seen translate a lot quicker than they used to when it comes to the NFL game. Last year, we saw that class with Justin Jefferson and Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb. Like, there were players that came in and made impacts early. This year, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle.
Yep.
I mean, they have Jamar Chase. You look at Dwayne Eskridge. You look at some other guys that are being talked about that are really impressing in camp, like Elijah
Moore.
Yes, Elijah Moore up in New York. Like, there are guys that are already impressive.
Sure.
Who are some of the guys that you need to watch for that, let's face it, Jamar Chase probably going to go super, super early in the draft.
Yeah.
But the Eskridges, the Elijah Moores.
I'll let you take it first, Mike, because I do have a take on this. And I've definitely in mock drafts and in my current league that I've already drafted for, I did take a rookie wide receiver, but I'll let you take it first, Mike.
Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, probably the flyer that I would look at is Waddle. I think he's going to be inserted into the offense a lot sooner, and he may not get the points. That's not going to be a player that I would start the first 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. But as he gets acclimated to the offense, to the speed of the NFL, that would be a pretty decent one. I mean, we saw that with Claypool last year with Pittsburgh. You know, they're able to turn it up midway through the season. You know, a couple of years ago with Jefferson as well. So yeah, the wideouts are interesting because they get inserted in there. Devontae Smith, though, with that injury, I'd be kind of hesitant about because he seems to be in and out with injuries. So that's one that I would take later rounds. But what I like about some of those players, though, and I know that Brandon and I talk about this all the time. Do you want to have a consistent player, or do you want to have a player that can blow up and get you huge points? May not be consistent, but might win you the week. Like last year, Claypool, you take a look, he had like 5 big games, but he also had 11 games that were just kind of mediocre. But man, those 5 games that he blew up on, those were games that were going to win you your league half the time. So this is so exciting. I'm really excited because I just heard Brandon Big Poppy Medina say the name Darren Waller. The over-under on him saying Darren Waller on a Fantasy Gods episode is like 5. He says that name, and T.J. Hawkinson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, T.J. Hawkinson.
T.J. Hawkinson's another we forgot. We forgot. That T.J. Hawkinson is, there's one person I might match anything with the way Jack Thompson does. It's T.J. Hawkinson. That's my significant other. So
big show tomorrow, guys.
Speaking of which, though, Terrence Marshall Jr., former LSU receiver out in Carolina, has looked good in preseason so far.
Yeah.
That's a guy that you got to keep an eye on, I think, in the later rounds of the draft. Kadarius Toney possibly.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney's gotten a lot of love in camp, and a guy that I like a lot as well that I think could definitely be useful if you can get him in the right system and you could get him late, or wait that first week and maybe pick him up. Is Amon St. Brown over there at Detroit. That's another really great wide receiver that could lead that team, especially with moving parts. But for me, I do like Devontae Smith. Pre-injury, I took him in my draft late. But I do like the potential of him leading that Philadelphia Eagles roster because who else do you have? Jalen Reagor? Like, it's not going to be him. Whereas with Jalen Waddle, the only fear I have is Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, plus Myles Gaskin. You know this, man. Me and you both love Myles Gaskin, Mike. That's a receiving running back. He gets those receptions as well.
Hey, man, one thing I will tell people out there who are going into the draft, know how your league is scored.
Yes.
That is a huge thing. Is it PPR? Is it a standard scoring league? I mean, we take a look at running back positions. You know, Derrick Henry is a stud in a standard league, but in a PPR league, not so much. So it's just kind of funny. So I would just recommend to people to know how your league is scored, and we need to just know how it's scored. And if it comes down to like an auction league, for example, it's okay to wait, man. You don't have to sit there and be the one taking the top 20 players off the board. It's different.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to my auction league on Friday. That could be fun too.
Taking a look at running backs, because we all know you got to get your running backs early and often for the most part. If you want to be successful in fantasy football, you need a couple of really good ones to help carry you. Some of the rookies coming in this year, obviously Najee Harris is going to go in the first round. That's unprecedented, that's expected. You got Travis Etienne. People are going to expect that. But what about later? What are the guys that you need to look for that could be effective, whether it's Trey Sermon,
I'm about to just
whether it's Javonte Williams or Michael Carter? Like, which running backs should we be looking at later, but still taking them early because they're a running back and you have to take those?
Oh, I'm about to rip this mic off of this and just go in. Listen, Javonte Williams is my man. I'm rolling with him and finding him late.
That's the North Carolina back that went to Denver, right?
To Denver, yes. There's so much love for him. He's constantly getting praise. And when you look at it, I definitely see him taking time, maybe 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. I think Javonte Williams and Michael Carter for the Jets can end up leading their team moving forward, especially Michael Carter. It is wide open over there. But with the Denver Broncos, I think that offense is going to be moving fast. And I truly believe Javonte Williams was drafted to take over that position.
So just, go bleep yourself, Melvin Gordon, and all the money we gave you.
I just think, I definitely think he's going to be a part of the system. I just don't think Melvin Gordon's a starting back. I think he's going to be the back man for sure. But I will say, if you're looking at a really late round pick, I do like the thought of Michael Carter for sure. Michael Carter has a lot of upside.
Javonte Williams and James Conner brings up a good point on our YouTube page. Denver's going to be playing from behind a lot this year. Is there use for a running back like that?
Javonte Williams played wide receiver as well before becoming a running back, so the dude has hands. It's going to be used. Trust me. Trust that.
Man, I totally trust my fellow fantasy god when it comes to rookie running backs. He was all over Antonio Gibson last year. He and I were both on it, but he was on it earlier. It's very dicey when it comes to running backs that are really, really young. I remember last year I was all about A.J. Dillon, and that did not come about, man, because you get all this like chatter in the off season during the training camps that they're doing well, and then sometimes they get put into the lineup, and other times they don't. Those are players that you stash. But speaking of stashing players, my recommendation for a lot of fantasy owners out there is draft the backup of the stud that you got. If you got Dalvin Cook, get Alexander Mattison. If you've got Zeke Elliott, get Pollard. You want to get your backup as well, because if your guy goes down, you're going to at least get 75 to 80% of the production from the backup.
Yep. And speaking of that, before we get out of here, I know Pledge is Mike Davis is a guy I really like too. Yeah. And he's going late. I'm talking 6th round, 5th round. And that's a guy that's leading his backfield and is going with secondary running backs on the back end. So I do like Mike Davis, as well as the fact that when we talk about these different teams and we talk about the different styles of play and all of that, I think he can really take on a big chunk of this. And listen, as fantasy gods, Mike and I, when I say this name, Mike's gonna have a little twitch. He's gonna forget himself a little bit, because he knows this is our number one miss, and it happened. Not AJ Dillon, but the one guy we were all over with Antonio Gibson is Devin Singletary with the Buffalo Bills. We were all over him. And sometimes you got to eat your words. So am I saying Javonte Williams is going to be the next big thing? No, we might have a Devin Singletary in our hands, but we might also have a Myles Gaskin, Antonio Gibson situation as well.
My question is, because you brought up Mike Davis, and Mike Davis formerly playing for the Carolina Panthers.
The backup to the one and only
CMC, but CMC has had some injury issues.
Yeah.
There's a new rookie in town. Is Chuba Hubbard worth drafting, or would you prefer Reggie Bonifant?
What do you think, Mike? Is it even worth taking a look at?
Well, Chuba Hubbard's actually a pretty interesting call, and I'm pretty impressed there, Pledge, because that's a late round gem that you can find, that especially if there's an injury in front of him. I mean, the guy is a stud. I mean, the guy has wheels on him. Yeah, that's a great late round find. And that's what I'm talking about, especially if you have like, CMC or something like that as your primary. You need to get their backup, man. And I think that's one of the things where in the later rounds, sometimes we try to like look at the rankings of players, and we say, oh, okay, well, Cortland Sutton, for example, last year dropped in a lot of drafts, and let's say that he's the 30th receiver, so you pick up that one. No. You pick your stud's backup. And so there's a lot of different strategies that are employed on this when it comes to the draft. I'm super excited. I know a lot of people have already had drafts already. I think that's crazy. I think next week should be the week that people have drafts. But, I enjoyed this talk, and we have people call in. Last year, man, we had 40, 50, 60 people calling in, reaching out on Twitter and Facebook. Fantasy Gods is back, man. I'm so excited.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow, going to be an exciting time.
Yes, sir.
That is the Fantasy Guys. You can hear them Sundays from 11 to noon. Brandon Big Papi Medina and, of course, the man, Quattro, Michael Jimenez. Mike, thanks so much for jumping on with us this morning.
All right, brother. Thanks, sir.
That is the Fantasy Guys joining us right here on the Saturday Morning Hangover. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. When we come back, it is time to look at tonight's game, the matchups we are looking for. What do we want to see? What do we expect to see? And the rest of the NFL. Where are we going?
Yeah.
Because I saw some things in Arizona yesterday that at least give me pause for concern when it comes to your boy, former Texas Tech rare Cliffy Kingsbury.
Oh, Cliff.
Oh, Cliffy. There were some issues. That's something we'll talk about next right here on the Saturday Morning Hangover.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows returns to San Antonio. The 2021 Hunters Extravaganza, August 20th through the 22nd at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Bring the kids and see Gator Country's huge alligators and last season's bucks in our annual deer contest. Check out the latest in hunting gadgets and gear and enter our locked and loaded mega giveaway to win big. August 20th through the 22nd at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com. A Texas Trophy Hunters production.
Billy Bob's Beds, the greatest store on earth. Nobody sells certain perfect sleepers, cheapers. We're the biggest store in San Antonio. We've got 100 different mattresses to choose from. We're having a big sale this weekend. Nobody beats my prices or money. It's not Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, I went to another store. They had a luxury queen size set for $12.99. What can you do?
I got one just like it for $4.99. So get off my phone, get over here, and save yourself a fortune on a mattress. It's going to make you late to work.
Billy Bob, you got credit, and do you deliver?
I've got interest-free credit, and baby, do I deliver. Log on to BillyBobsBeds.com and check out our internet special.
Billy Bob's Beds is having a huge back-to-school clearance sale with discounts up to 80% off. You can get any Stein & Richter pillow top mattress, twin, full, or queen for only $199. And now you can shop our in-store collection online at BillyBobsBeds.com and then pick up your items the same day in-store. Get over to Billy Bob's Beds before 6 p.m. That's BillyBobsBeds.com.
Ooh, Billy Bob, I'm headed your way.
When it comes to replacing your home windows, nobody does it better in San Antonio than the Window Source. If you're still living with old, drafty, single-pane windows, those have got to go. Upgrade to new, Texas-made, Texas-proud, energy-efficient windows. The Window Source of San Antonio offers some of the best deals around, and all come with the assurance of a full lifetime warranty. Call 210-880-3021 to book your free estimate or visit them online to learn more. WindowSourceofSA.com. Let them old windows go.
While most water providers do a pretty good job making sure they exceed EPA guidelines, did you know EPA standards for tap water have not been updated in almost 20 years? With growing concerns of our aging infrastructure, more homeowners want to take their water quality into their own hands. That is why you should call Alamo Water Softeners and have them give you a free water analysis. Some chemicals and contaminants are undetectable. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. That's alamowatersofteners.com.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Progressive's Home and Auto Bundle Extrava Festa Saifathon, the annual year-long event for saving big on home and auto insurance. These savings are available up until and straight through Labor Day, Halloween, Grover Cleveland's birthday, Taco Tuesday, the anniversary of the moon landing, White Chocolate Day. The sale literally never ends. You can come on Jupiter's Ascension, National Pisces Day, but not Leap Day. Just kidding. We're doing Leap Day because every day is perfect for saving money with a home and auto bundle only at Progressive. But for real, we're not doing white chocolate today because white chocolate is gross. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Business is built on connections. And with Square, you can connect every side of your business with tools that all work together. From your customers and your sales to your staff and your schedules, everything is in sync. So you can get a head start on shaping what's to come. See how Square can help connect every side of your business by visiting square.com/go/connect. That's square.com/go/connect.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Happy Hour is back at Twin Peaks. Monday through Friday from 2 to 7 p.m. Score sweet deals like $1 off all wine, liquor, cheap shots, and freezing cold 29-degree draft brews. With select apps available for $2, $4, and $6. Twin Peaks Happy Hour is the move.
Welcome back into the Saturday Morning Hangover. We are your hangover without the headache right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I am James Pledger, joined by Brandon Medina, who is in for a vacationing Jack Thompson. Of course, the weekend quarantine was hard on the man.
Yes.
So he had to get out, buy some lovely matching outfits to match all weekend with his new beau out on the lake. And he is furiously finding every Twitter account that he can to vote on our poll.
Yep. Because there's no way that this is a real poll. There's no way this is the real reaction to the question that we asked.
We are up to almost 70% on Linnaeus now.
It doesn't matter. This is disrespectful.
The 30% is disrespectful.
How?
And the poll question then becomes, with Jack out matching all weekend with his beau,
matching outfits,
you and your significant other, yeah or nay? Because to me, it feels like a hard pass. I don't know.
It feels like a hard pass. Unless you're getting something for it, man. I don't know. Unless you got something.
Is there a little something in it?
There's a little something at the end of the rainbow. Why not shoot for the pot of gold? But
well, if you have to match to get that.
Yeah, clearly you're not eating Lucky Charms enough. But if you're over there matching to get some goodies, you need to find a better partner. But yeah, I'm not against it. I just wouldn't do it. It's not my idea if it happens. That's why you asked me too. You're like, do you think this is Jack's idea? Because we did, just so we're clear, everybody, we love Jack Thompson, but we didn't just hear this just from Jack. Posted it to social media. He was happy about it, excited about it. Rob asked us, is my son okay? Do not check on him. You know what I mean? Who made this post? Jackson love, baby. It's all
Jackson love.
And love. I'm sprung. How'd you get me? Got me doing things I never do.
You watched this game last night, right?
Yeah, but the Chiefs and the Cardinals.
I had a takeaway from it. And
so did the Cardinals.
My takeaway had to do with the Cardinals.
Yeah. Let me hear it. Because I know where you're going, right?
I have questions.
I'm wearing
about the long-term
Texas Tech ring, and I know you're questioning Texas Tech alums over there.
I'm not. Actually, it's not so much about Cliff Kingsbury as it is about Kyler Murray. So I'm more questioning an Aggie and a Sooner.
Oh, okay. You don't care about that. So let's go.
But how sustainable is what they're doing with Kyler Murray? Because I look at it and last night, and I understand he didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. He didn't have most of his weapons around him. He was only in there for a couple of series, 7 plays, I think it was, max.
Yeah.
He can't run around forever.
No, I mean, he can't.
That's eventually gonna slip on him, and he's going to get destroyed. And his athletic ability is going to take a step back at some point, like it does any player.
So let me ask you then, Pledge. Let me ask you. What about Lamar Jackson? Are you scared of the same that you are for Kyler?
Sure, but Lamar is younger, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I don't know. I think they might be pretty similar. I can check, but continue what you were going to say. What about it?
I see him missing some throws, throwing behind, the throws being off target, the trouble he had in the pocket, and then when he escapes, I just wonder about the long-term viability. And when I see that and I look at what these quarterbacks are being paid these days, how much are you willing to invest in a Kyler Murray? Same age?
Yeah, 24. I mean, I feel like Lamar rushes a lot more than Kyler Murray.
He does, but he's also taller, can see over the line. I have issues with Kyler's skill set when it diminishes outside of just him avoiding tackles.
Yeah, and I think it's rare that we found, regardless what your feelings are about him, whether you love him, whether you hate him, Cam Newton is also known for rushing, but it's small yardage rushes. It's not trying to move, past line of scrimmage.
But that
constantly.
took its toll on him too, because he's what, 31?
Something
32,
like that. Yeah.
maybe. Quarterbacks are playing till they're 40 now, and Cam looks like he's done because his shoulder has taken such abuse from all those quarterback dives he's been doing.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. In this day and age, though, of football, this is the prototype. I mean, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes has wheels. He's just not as fast, but he has one the best arm in football. So he doesn't have to. But I do think you're right. I think Kyler needs to fully encompass himself in that air raid system. He needs to start staying in the pocket, throwing more, just for the safety of his own health, because we were all over it. And one of the most special rookie seasons you'll ever see was Robert Griffin. A massively special. And if you don't remember,
and we were worried the entire time that what happened was going to happen.
Yeah, and that whole playoffs. You saw it playing out. You got to see rookie versus rookie with Russell Wilson at that time too, and Robert Griffin. And Robert Griffin has never been the same. We all know what happened. We all saw what happened. You can blame it on coaching. You can blame it on whatever. But at the same token, Robert Griffin was in that game because he wanted to play that game. And I hope Kyler Murray can play for a long time because he is a very exciting quarterback. It's just that excitement's going to dwindle at 29, at 28. You know what I'm saying? You have a few more years to do what you're doing, but it's just one hit can just end that all. Lamar Jackson's also a thicker guy than Kyler Murray, I'm pretty sure. He has more muscle to him than Kyler.
And I think he's faster. Or he seems like he's faster.
Kyler on TV looks fast.
Kyler's quick twitch fast.
Yes, yeah, you're right. He's very quick twitch where it's like his jukes turn, movements are fast.
He's got that short area, and he does have long distance speed, but when Lamar gets going, he looks like Usain Bolt at some point. Nobody's catching him, right? Yeah. He takes away angles and pursuit angles, but I don't know. And it's both of them. That's a fair question. Both of them. Do you trust giving them the bag that quarterbacks are making right now? Because look at what Josh Allen just signed for. Look at what Dak Prescott just signed for. Look at what the money that Deshaun Watson got and is not having to play for right now.
How bad does that hurt your heart to just say that?
A lot.
But Josh Allen too, man, he can throw the ball. He can stay in the pocket and make those passes.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar and Kyler both, you'll see it. Maybe not every pass play, but quite a majority. They're going to move out to the pocket. They're going to move around. They're going to be evading tacklers because they can't get the ball out quick enough. And that could be a multitude of problems. That's not just saying Kyler and Lamar are not good just straight up quarterbacks. No, nobody's saying that. That could be line problems. That could be your wide receivers not getting in space, whatever the case. But it's going to take a toll on you getting hit, diving, making those runs. You're not going to be able to make those runs forever, man. It's just not going to happen. Even the best that we've seen in this generation, Michael Vick couldn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I have a legit concern and worry when it comes to
So what's the
long-term viability.
What is the solution for you? Should Cliff have a conversation with him and say, we gotta limit this to a few times a game and not every play?
Sure. Part of it's got to be protecting him better.
Okay.
Like you got to address that offensive line possibly. And some of it is, are you bailing because you can't see?
Because he's short.
Exactly.
Wow. So you really think it is a height issue?
So
what would Lamar's be?
Lamar's bailing because he's always survived on his athleticism.
That's just his game.
Yeah. He's just survived on his athleticism, and he would rather thrive out in space than one-on-one.
Why can't you believe the same scenario for Kyler and say that's just his game?
It might be. But at the same time, I do believe, like, you've seen Lamar stand tall in the pocket and step up and deliver a throw.
Yeah.
Like, he gets outside because a lot of his is design run stuff too. Like, he makes a zone read, fakes with the ball the other way, but it's a boot pass. Like, it's a lot of what they do in Baltimore. Some of it's schematic, some of it's Lamar bailing in the pocket. But with Kyler, it looks like he's always just trying to break contain is his entire philosophy when he's in the pocket. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that maybe it's tough to see over 6'8" offensive linemen and 6'7" defensive linemen who are putting their hands up and all of a sudden becoming 7'3" once they get their hands up over you, and you're standing at 5'8" behind all of this.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I mean, you might be right. You really might be right. It's just, if that is the case, then there really is not much of a solution.
Sure. But I do think because he's played the position long enough that he's found ways to see holes within, looking through offensive linemen. I mean, he did it at Oklahoma. You see him do it in the NFL at times, but late in the season last year and in this preseason game last night, I was looking at it and his first instinct seemed to be to get to the outside. Not to step up into the pocket and move towards where there may be a hole in the line to where he can see. It's to break to the outside to give himself a clearer view.
Yeah. Well, and he has incredible veteran wide receivers there.
Mm-hmm.
You got DeAndre, of course, Christian Kirk, who he threw to quite a bit yesterday. I mean, they're good friends from their A&M days. But also you have AJ Green, who many believe might be washed up, might be done. I don't. I really don't.
You think he was worth a flyer late?
I don't know if he's worth the flyer late simply for the fact that at best you're getting a number 2 where DeAndre Hopkins is going to eat up a lot of those targets.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, I mean, someone check me on it, please. Feel free to. But I want to say he was one of the most targeted wide receivers last year with the Bengals, even though he didn't bring many of them down. He got quite a bit of targets. I remember one game, he got like 11 targets from Joe Burrow. He just couldn't bring him down. But also, I mean, it's pretty tough to get a ball out with that offensive line there at Cincinnati. Kyler likes to move. And when you move like that, the one thing that is positive is you create more opportunity for your wide receivers to get into space.
He was targeted 104 times last year. He pulled down 47.
See, that's a bad rate. Like, that's a real rough rate. But gets targets. And AJ Green, you and I both know, can run with the best of them as far as route running.
And targets are huge.
Yeah.
Targets are massive when it comes to fantasy football. Like, I'll always look
at targets.
Yeah. How many targets did you get?
So and then also you have Chase Edmonds and you have James Conner right now at Arizona. I think that helps. If James Conner can be healthy, this is a very good team, dude.
I think so too. I think that it can be. But I do think a lot of it's going to revolve around how well that offense flows. And you start to see times where that offense looks really, really good, like it did against Dallas last year, right? But then there are times where it looks like the NFL has figured out Cliff's system, right?
Yeah.
And you wonder, Is it because Dallas is one of the all-time worst defenses in NFL history last year, and they just were able to thrive on bad defenses, or was it actually something more and Cliff finding ways to overcome what seems like his scheme being caught up to in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And Cliff is not known for defense. He's never been.
No, and I'm not worried. They've got a defensive coordinator for that. I'm not blaming Cliff about the defense. I'm worried about what that offense looks like week to week and how other teams have adjusted to it and how he's trying to adjust to what they're doing to it.
Yeah, the adjustments is where you're going to win and lose games. And I think there's opportunity for this team to do very well. They're young on some areas, but they're very veteran on others. And that's where you kind of don't have the time to play catch up and play what ifs with this squad. So I think Kyler Murray can do it, but I agree with you. I pray, knock on wood, that we don't see a Robert Griffin moment. But let's be honest, man. Kyler's not a big dude. He's a small guy, and you're going against grown-ass men with big bills to pay that are ready to knock you out. So it might be a dangerous move for him to continue doing what he's doing, but I do think Arizona has a very good chance of leading the charge as far as young teams moving forward in the NFL.
We're going to take a look at tonight's game coming up, and we're going to talk about our man, Jack Thompson, as he is matching all weekend with his girl down at the lake. Just 5, 6, I imagine like 12 different wardrobes. They've got one for like each hour of the day.
Yes.
That they're all matching. Like they just change. Yeah. Like they've got 2 different matching swimsuits. They've got 2 different sets of like those Columbia, like the Columbia shirt I showed you that they were both wearing, like the fishing shirt. I imagine they've got multiple colors in that to wear.
I'd love to get Rob Thompson's take on this. It's probably busy, but
I actually would love to know what Rob thinks of his son wearing matching.
I want to know, does Rob match with his wife? That's what I want to know. Maybe it's a learned trait. Maybe it's a
Thompson thing.
It's a Thompson thing.
Oh,
who knows? Who knows these days?
Rob, you got questions to answer here on the Saturday Morning Hangover. He is Brandon Big Papi Medina. You can follow him on Twitter at Brandon_ESPNSA. I am at I Am Pledger. You can follow the station at SA Sports Star. Oh, and by the way, D-Lou.
He did come in. Came in hot.
He came in hot. He wanted he said his wife's been putting up with him for 20 years.
20 years.
20. And they have only matched outfits twice. The first time was just when they were dating. The second was their 10th anniversary.
So Jack is within his first year.
Be careful, young man, he said.
Jack's within his first year. And if we're talking a whole weekend, that's 3 times already. So more than D-Lou in 20 years.
In 20 years, D-Lou also wanted to know he has an affinity for picking top 3 defenses when he does fantasy. What do you recommend? He's thinking Bucs and Patriots.
Yeah, I hate taking 2 defenses. I understand the motive behind it. Obviously, there was a year that I was in the championship of my league, lost the championship simply for the fact that it was the year the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the Green Bay Packers defense, and on a bye week, dropped them. Someone else picked them up, and I met them in the fantasy championship, and they beat me because of their defense. So there's times that it does come back to bite you, but I do think 2 defenses can be too much. Just take one really good one. Do your research. Right now, I think Pittsburgh and LA and Tampa Bay are at the top of every fantasy board. Take whatever you want, but also understand you can definitely play the matchups with fantasy defenses and switch them every single week.
And for me, I'm one of those. Take one when he does go on a bye week. You know who's a droppable player at that point. It doesn't have to be your defense you drop.
Yep.
So for me, drop. By the time your bye week of your defense comes, you know where the weak link in your roster is, and you can start to make moves around that if your defense is really performing at that kind of level, in which yours was, which I still don't understand why you let it go. If that's
I apologize. Listen, but also if you take 2 kickers, you're not joining any league of mine. So thank you. Appreciate it.
No, unless you're joining the listener league, then Feel
Please,
free.
yeah,
Take
Regional
all the
Listener League,
kickers you want, my man.
All kickers are going your way. No problem.
He is Brandon Medina. I am James Pledger. We are your hangover without the headache. This is the Saturday morning hangover right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's that time. Buses, school zone, study hall, and the classroom. It's back to school. And to make it special, you have the chance to win $1,000 in San Antonio Sports Star's back to school giveaway. $500 for you and $500 to donate to your school. Register now at sasportstar.com. Powered by Awero's Automotive Paint and Supplies. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 little blue or little yellow pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
My name is Kelly. I want to tell you about Dr. Jacob Torres and Institute for Functional Health. I met Dr. Torres 5 years ago. I was in my late 40s, gaining that middle-age bulge, feeling less energetic, and I had aches and pains in my back and shoulder. My cholesterol, blood sugar, and other measurable numbers were okay, but not good. My cardiologist suggested if I did not change my habits, I may need to start taking pills to manage my health. I was not looking forward to spending Sunday evenings counting up my pills for the week. I phoned Institute for Functional Health to set an appointment with Dr. Torres. Over the next few weeks, Dr. Torres totally changed my life. I'm now 53 years old. I do not take medicines. I lost over 40 pounds and my weight has remained amazingly consistent. Most importantly, I feel great. I'm able to do things at 53 that I was not able to do at 45. Dr. Torres is my hero. He changed my life.
I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call me for your free consultation at 468-1891. That's 468-1891.
The granddaddy of all hunting shows returns to San Antonio. The 2021 Hunters Extravaganza, August 20th through the 22nd at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. Bring the kids and see Gator Country's huge alligators and last season's bucks in our annual deer contest. Check out the latest in hunting gadgets and gear and enter our locked and loaded mega giveaway to win big. August 20th through the 22nd at the Freeman Coliseum Expo Hall. For details and tickets, go to huntersextravaganza.com. A Texas Trophy Hunters production.
If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. If you're
oh, I guess you'll never know.
Welcome back into the final segment of the Saturday morning hangover right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. I am James Pledger. Jack Thompson is out matching with his girlfriend at the lake. So instead, I got my man Brandon Big Papi Medina in studio with me today.
Realistically, I think I'm gonna get in trouble when I get home.
I'm
pretty sure because it's gonna go from, well, Jack's matching his girl from the lake. You just dissed me to go talk to Pledger on the Saturday morning hangover. That's what I'm gonna hear from. So I'll be buying some tacos for sure today. Probably some more than just tacos.
Yeah,
we'll figure that out later. What's our poll looking like?
You need
James?
to buy her some matching J's. Be like, look, I wanted to match with you.
You know what, dude? She's not into it, man. I'm glad she's not.
Because it's cheaper.
It would definitely be. I'll buy her some kids or whatever the hell they're wearing these days. Buy some of those. I did buy her a Tiffany's necklace recently, and she's been asking for more Tiffany's, and I'm like, we'll just Santa Claus is around the corner. We'll figure it out.
Like you just got her one, and she's already asking for
not
more.
Like just recently, like a year ago, but
okay.
I know for sure. I talked to her. I pulled the whole like as a kid when your dad would be like, "Listen, Christmas is around the corner. Your birthday's around the corner." It's like, "Hey, Christmas is around the corner. Let's see it. Let's see how you act, and then we'll see what Santa Claus can do."
I am looking at something that I am trying to wrap my head around right now.
What?
As I am seeing a report from Adam Schefter via Bleacher Report. Dak Prescott may not be, quote, fully back, end quote, all season as he deals with last year's ankle injury and his recent shoulder strain.
Wow. Huh.
Now, as I take what I just said, because I'm reading it for the first time, it seems to be they're insinuating that these injuries could linger throughout the year if he's not, quote unquote, fully back. And that may be an overarching concern.
I mean, you got to be weary, especially with an injury like that. You got to be a little nervous. But what a way to get out of here. That's some big news to be dropping before we leave here, Pledge.
Like I said, I'm just reading what I see in front of me in the moment, and it says that Dak Prescott may not fully be back this season.
Ben DiNucci, let's see what you got, brother. Tonight, you're going to be paying attention to a lot of those quarterbacks now.
Well, maybe not just the ones that are playing in that game between the Texans and the Houston Texans and the Dallas Cowboys, as I would start looking, I don't know, maybe there's a quarterback up in Chicago that gets cut loose soon. Maybe there's a quarterback in San Francisco that finds his way getting cut loose here.
A lot of money. It's a lot of money,
but non-guaranteed money.
That's true.
That's the most important money. It's very, very interesting to see how the preseason plays out. And then once final roster cuts happen, where the Cowboys go in terms of, let's see, are we going to roll with Cooper Rush and Ben DiNucci behind Garrett Gilbert? Or are we going to bring in, I don't know, maybe Nick Foles or another quarterback that may end up getting cut during final cuts?
Put some respect on his name. Champion Nick Foles.
Champion. Super Bowl champion Nick Foles.
That's right.
Who outdueled the great Tom Brady.
Outdueled, yes. It was just like a Harry Potter series for sure.
He is Brandon Big Papi Medina. I am James Pledger. This has been the Saturday Morning Hangover. Thanks for joining us this morning. As always, until next week, hang loose, stay cool, but most importantly, y'all, have fun.
Bye, guys! Billy Bob's Bed's the greatest store on earth. Nobody sells certain perfect sleepers, cheap birds. We're the biggest store in San Antonio. We've got 100 different mattresses to choose from. We're having a big sale this weekend. Nobody beats my prices or money. It's not Billy Bob.
Billy Bob, I went to another store. They had a luxury queen size set for $12.99. What can you do?
I got one just